1938, a small village in Jiangxi province. The locals had grown uneasy. Over the past few days, they had noticed a few strange, quiet men dressed like monks and Taoists emerging from the nearby woods. Something felt off. When villagers reported it to the Chinese Army's local command post, the lead officer immediately understood. Those were Japanese scouts sent ahead of a coming attack. This is a bullet from a Japanese rifle. In 1938, Japan was pushing deeper into China, setting its sight on Wuhan, the wartime capital after the fall of Nanjing. Fierce battles raged across these hills some 200 kilometers from Wuhan. Even today, traces of that fight remain. Decades of villagers combing the land still haven't cleared it all.
你看，你看，你看，什么东西？这就是我都不用费力都可以把它找出来。这是日本的三八大盖，这是完整的，看到没有
？Buried in 1938, excavated in 2025. It's not even fired.
多的是啊！我们原来就是随随便便掏几个就上学去了。
This villager then showed us his personal collection.
这个是
刺刀，
对，
这是装在日军的枪上的吗？
对，这个带个钩子了，你看吗？
The Battle of Wuhan dragged on for 4.5 long months. The biggest fight of the whole war. Back then, many villagers developed mysterious leg illnesses. They call it winter melon foot. It turned out they had come into contact with lingering poison on nearby plants. The Japanese army, in a rush to break through Chinese defenses, had resorted to chemical weapons. The last known victim, Cai Chunhua, passed away in 2024.
就是个吐血，我在脚上啊，给我老有吐血啊。
年年发，每个月基本上都要发一次。人发烧、发高烧，脚就肿，从那以后了，基本上不能起床。一般都是1个礼拜以后，不光是我父亲一个人，有很多人。
In these hills, the Chinese army made up for its lack of firepower with tactics, sheer numbers, and superior knowledge of the terrain. Fighting in and out of trenches like this, the Chinese army almost wiped out an entire Japanese division. A major victory in the Battle of Wuhan. But as Japanese attacks intensified, the Chinese army eventually withdrew, allowing Japan to take Wuhan in the end. However,
日本呢，并没有达到他攻占武汉、迫使国民政府投降的这种目的的。武汉会战的外围战呢，为武汉呢这个大迁移赢得了时间。比如说一些工厂啊，一些战略物资的这个转移，包括群众的转移到大西南啊，重庆那一带。
Instead of a clear-cut victory to celebrate, a grim reality loomed over the minds of Japan's military leaders.
You know, the prospect opened up before them, a very unpleasant prospect of having to fight a prolonged war in the whole of China, which is a huge country.
So the promise that Japan would win a quick victory, conquer China, and have all the resources of China at its disposal proved very difficult.
After Wuhan, the war raged on. From Nanchang to Changsha, from Hengyang to countless others, a brutal series of battles between China and Japan was still to come.
The Japanese have gotten themselves into a war they cannot win. They won't admit that to themselves, but they are finally sort of realizing it at Wuhan. This is going to be, from this point on, a protracted war. So the whole nature of the war changes